Are you serious? Are you serious? All right, it's about time. In France, in Nice, France, they have arrested 2 more people now in connection with this attack. Now, CNN is reporting, as well as others, French authorities have arrested an Albanian couple Sunday in connection with the Nice terror attacks that killed 84 people and wounded over 200. This horrific scene on Bastille Parade Day, the Paris prosecutor's office is telling us that French authorities said 6 people are in custody in connection with the attacks, and that the killer, his estranged wife, was arrested at her apartment Friday and released those Sunday morning without charge. Her attorney told CNN. Also, her attorney said that the woman, the mother of Mohamed Boulou's 3 children, had not been in contact with the attacker since they were in the middle of a divorce proceedings. Now, he was. We know that the Nice French murderer was shot to death by police. He barreled down the crowded promenade for almost a mile, crushing and hitting people who had gathered to watch the fireworks. More than 200 people, of course, were injured in the melee. Also, authorities identified him by fingerprints after his identification card was found in the truck. So, was he an ISIS soldier? Yes, he was. And ISIS is calling him that. They're saying that he was a soldier. Now, you notice I used the term super soldier several times. I've been wondering how in the world the media has been trying to say that these are lone wolf, a one-man band that killed Orlando. You're telling me one guy did all that in Orlando? One guy did this in France? One guy did that in Dallas? One guy did that in Baton Rouge? You're telling me that? It's almost impossible for one human being to do any of those. Okay? Baton Rouge, maybe. But the other 3, no way. No way could the Orlando shooter have been one guy. He had to have had at least 2 other people helping him. We know in Dallas that the police said they were reporting on 911 tapes that there were 3 people. Okay, and in San Bernardino, we have a man and wife, but there was reports there was a 3rd shooter, a 3rd person involved. So, we're not getting the full story here by the media, and always radical Islamists are behind it all. The bombing at the Turkish airport, radical Islamic. Now there was 3, we know that, and probably more. So there is certainly radical Islamic groups working behind the scenes. We know the Dallas shooter was a Muslim, and we know that the shooter in Baton Rouge yesterday, we know he was a member of the Nation of Islam, Louis Farrakhan's group. Has anybody said that on the media? Has anybody said, no, you know what they say on the headline news on Yahoo News was? Shooter in Baton Rouge, ex-Marine. Instead of saying shooter in Baton Rouge, member of the Nation of Islam, Louis Farrakhan, was in Dallas during that shooting, was not from Baton Rouge at all. So I'm telling you, and a lot of these protests that are going on are not the local people, but they're groups, paid protesters being sent in to cause problems. Now, some of the locals then join in after they see this mob and TV cameras everywhere. Joe and Doug Hagman will be my guests today. We're going to have to get into this thing. We can't, the media is feeding the American public garbage, propaganda, supporting the left-wing liberals' ideology to create chaos in the land as we enter into Cleveland and the Republican National Convention, as we head toward the elections in November. Are you serious? It's very serious. I'll be back. Give your life to Jesus Christ. because Christ is the way. Christ, Jesus Christ, is the only hope. And he's not just only hope. He is the hope. He's the blessed hope for humanity. God bless.